Elemental Hero Stratos is one of the most controversial cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, there are monsters with similar effects, but none of them have the ability to search all of the cards that our lovable Floaty Warrior can. Coupled with the off ability that he could destroy spells and traps as well, he's a really good card that could be seen as borderline busted by some and right where Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs to be at by others. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the reason why Stratos could come off the next forbidden list, as well as reasons why it shouldn't. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, use Stratos' second effect to destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, search for that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. Also, if you really want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that like button because it lets us know as content creators that you guys enjoy what you see. Let's try to get to at least 100 likes because, like I said, you guys are the awesome sauce. Without further ado, I present to you, should Stratos come off the forbidden list? Before we talk about the pros and cons of Elemental Hero Stratos, we need to talk about the card that took our breath away or our air away in the first place. Get it? Because his Japanese name is, and he's actually a, okay, whatever. Anyways, Elemental Hero Stratos is a level 4 wind monster that is also a warrior. He's 1800 attack and 300 defense, and his effect reads, when this card is normal or special summoned, you can activate one of these effects. You can destroy spell or trap cards on the field up to the number of other hero monsters you control, or you can add one hero monster from your deck to your hand. He seems like a really simple effect, right? Well, let me get into some real quick facts about Elemental Hero Stratos. He's been banned in the TCG since September of 2013. So essentially, he's been serving a 5-year prison sentence for what people would say he did nothing to nobody. Now, I'm not trying to say anything about Elemental Hero Stratos, but I know some of my boys that's been serving the same bid and ain't been out. So I think Stratos just might be a black man. When he was forbidden, heroes were good, but they weren't dominant. Peep this, hero players. Dark Law didn't even exist. It wasn't even a thought of concept to have Dark Law or to summon Dark Law. I know, right? The ability to play Elemental Heroes without Dark Law just seems like a thought that didn't even cross some people's minds. Stratos did contribute to quite a few FTKs at the end of Master Rule 4, or at the end of Master Rule 3 and the beginning of Master Rule 4, but the Forbidden List has rightfully so fixed some of those problematic cards, i.e. Firewall Dragon to 1. That might be a pretty good thing. The Zodiacs being hit, Danglong being hit, quite of those cards, all of those cards contributed to massive FTK potential. I mean, the video that you guys seeing right now is a 1-card Stratos FTK. That is insane. Did it require some really weird cards in your main deck? Yeah, but it's still a 1-card FTK. Now that we're done with that, we can talk about why the reasons why Stratos can't come off the forbidden list. Elemental Hero Stratos is a con man. And trust me, you guys have been fooled. You've been bamboozled. You've been swindled into thinking that Elemental Hero Stratos is here for you, and he's done nothing for no one. Doing nothing to nobody, yes, but Elemental Hero Stratos has not done anything for anyone, and I'll be able to tell you guys why. Elemental Hero Stratos is not a hard once per turn. That is huge, especially considering its effect. If Elemental Hero Stratos was just a normal summon ability to search or destroy spells and trap cards, that would be pretty decent, seeing that normal summoning is only limited to the outside resources that you have via Brilliant Fusion into Gem Knight, Seraph Knight, or the new Nightmare monster, or in a couple of other cards. But seeing that Elemental Hero Stratos can abuse its effect when constantly special summoned is a little problematic. To give you guys a little bit of cards to relate to that are all on the forbidden list or heading towards the forbidden list in my opinion, Daigusto Emerald, Firewall Dragon, Elemental Lord, Grand Soil, Astrograph Sorcerer, all of those cards are not hard once per turns and are very problematic for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. And you guys want to bring a monster that doesn't have, or that's similar to these cards off the forbidden list? That makes no sense. The second reason why Stratos should never come off the list is that it falls in line with the first reason. When there isn't checks to once per turn, there's always loops. Now, Stratos has made its name on loops as of recent, and while these loops are no longer possible via the forbidden list, it doesn't stop Kamani from making new ones. Seriously, how many times have you guys seen a card you're like, oh, it's a pretty okay card, but until we get this, it's not that great. And then Link Summoning comes around and gives you access to X thing, and now you're dealing with some really insane loop. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh long enough, then yeah, that's happened all the time. You know, Grand Soil was a prime example of one of them. Yugioh Emerald being another great example. You guys want to add Elemental Hero Stratos to that pool? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, hypothetically, Elemental Hero Stratos off the list will prevent Kamani from making more powerful Elemental Hero cards because it's insanely good. Elemental Hero Stratos having the ability to search any hero card. Basically, anything that Kamani would make with a hero name immediately gets attached to Stratos. And that isn't really healthy for the Yugioh card game. The last and final reason is that y'all already have enough cards to search your Elemental Heroes. I mean, between Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, Emergency Call, Reinforcement of the Army, Vision Hero Vion, A Hero Lives, Summoner Monk, and a plethora of other cards. How many more search cards do you need? I just named 13 almost mandatory cards that you could place inside of your main deck if you really wanted to search a particular card. Do you really need another? I think not. Elemental Hero Stratos should stay on the forbidden list, lock him up, throw away a key, and never think about him again. He's that boyfriend or girlfriend that's just no good for you, getting you into habits that you shouldn't be in at all. And now that the prosecution rests, I think we can come to the defense of Stratos. So here are some good reasons why Elemental Hero Stratos should be off the list. First of all, Stratos by himself isn't busted. Let's just face it. Yes, he's not a hard once per turn, but it's not Stratos' fault that Kamani would make bad cards. And secondly, all of the cards that are mentioned beforehand deserve to be on the forbidden list anyways. Firewall Dragon was a loop without Stratos. Elemental Hero Grand Soil, Elemental Lord Grand Soil was a loop without Stratos. Astrograph Sorcerer is just poison to the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, and Yugioh Emerald, well, there was a 6 Samurai FTK with Yugioh Emerald before Stratos would even touch it. So those cards are inherently busted to themselves. Stratos is just a level 4, 1800 attack, generic hero search card. Another thing is that this would help boost the competitive level of heroes. Heroes are at an all-time low. Let's just face it, they're not competitive. They're not even rogue competitive. They're borderline subpar. That's where they're trying to be at. They want to be mediocre. That would be a highlight of Elemental Hero Stratos, or of Elemental Heroes. And I'm not saying that to bash on Elemental Hero players, but that's just where they are right now. I can't think of a single time in the last year and a half or so where they've had a considerable top. And Lynx did kind of murder that. But with the induction of Elemental Hero Stratos, that'll allow the Elemental Hero deck to have another way to search their combo pieces or their key pieces to start linking away. It'd be very good for the Elemental Hero archetype to have this monster, because yes, that extra search card does provide enough utility to link away. Also, the last and most important thing that I think the prosecution forget about is that Kamani is a business. And what makes more business than dollars? Stratos. That don't even make sense, but you guys understand. With the new Jade and 10 and the Battles of Legends set around the corner, it could be an excellent way to sell Elemental Hero cards. Let's not forget that there's a new Elemental Hero Link monster coming out very soon. With all that being said, I don't really think that there is a problem with Elemental Hero Stratos right now, and you don't forbid cards for the future. You let them off and let them have fun for right now. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of The Cali Effect. I want to hear down below in the comment section, why do you guys think Stratos should or should not be off of the forbidden list? Also, don't forget the hashtag forbidden list series, as well as the card you guys want me to talk about next. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.